name's Sara Jensen Schubert, and I work at Space Time Studios, like John mentioned. I've only been there for about 6 months. Prior to that, I was the design lead on Pirate 101 at Kings Isle, where I managed full time. Prior to that, I was the primary designer for rewards and advancement on DC Universe Online at SOE. Can you be louder? Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
So I spent a couple years working on DCUO at Sony as a system designer again. I was at Spacetime before that, again, working on a space shooter called Black Star that was eventually canceled. But we did end up with fabulous concept art to keep. I was the primary designer for rewards and advancement there too. And finally, I was the live lead designer on Shadowbane for a couple of years, and I was also responsible for basically all of the systems design on it. I started my career there. So I'm a system designer, not a content designer. I make rule sets. I don't make the content you actually experience. So I'm not an expert on fun. Content designers make the fun stuff. But I think that the best story in the world on top of a bad game would still suck. Rule sets need to inspire joy in and of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of academic approaches to defining games and making games fun. That's Raph Koster's theory of fun and Nicole Lazzaro's keys to fun. So Raph wrote his book in 2004. It's out of print, but you can find copies on Amazon for about $3. I would recommend it. You can buy it new on the Kindle, but I wouldn't recommend reading it on the Kindle. Half of it is cartoons. So he says that players can't play, or players are puzzles that have patterns. Players play until they master the pattern or realize they can't, and solving the puzzle is the fun part. Cheating is finding the optimal path even if it's not intended. Players seek to make the gameplay as predictable as possible. And then he argues that all games are educational at heart. They're teaching you life skills. And they're primarily teaching you skills that would have been useful to you when you were evolving, like aiming, timing, and projecting power. So, in short, a fun game will have an interesting puzzle to solve and try to teach you something. Nicole Lazzaro's Keys to Fun, she first presented at GDC in 2004 as well, and it's about how gameplay, not story, spurs emotions. She looked at people's faces as they played games and distilled it down into 4 types of faces that she shows in her actual presentations on this. You should go see her if you have the opportunity to. But she says that a fun game needs to have at least 3 of these. The first one is hard fun, personal triumph over adversity, like our poor dead World of Warcraft raid there in the background. Emotions from meaningful challenges, strategies, and puzzles. And League of Legends there is certainly difficult, has meaningful challenges, strategies, and puzzles of its own. The next type of fun is easy fun, or exploratory fun. What happens if I do this? Like, I have no idea what that guy is doing in The Sims, but it must have been fun to try. They grab attention with ambiguity, incompleteness, and detail. And I include a screenshot of the Elitist Jerks forums. They were a World of Warcraft guild. Their forums were the place to go to learn about the WoW combat system and all the vagaries therein. Our knowledge was certainly ambiguous and incomplete. So we were getting good easy fun out of doing that research for that MMO. Serious fun is about relaxation and excitement, like downtime activities in an MMO. It's about enjoying changes in your internal state during and after play. I can think of no better example than Rock Band or Guitar Hero. And it's about flow. Csikszent Mihaly wrote a book about flow that I highly recommend reading, or the Wikipedia page. I can take a clip from the Wikipedia page that defines flow as the mental state of operation in which a person performing an activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process of the activity. In essence, flow is characterized by complete absorption in what one does. And I think we aim for that in all of our games. The final key is people fun, or amusement. I don't know what's going on in that screenshot either, but it looks like they're having fun. It's about teamwork and camaraderie. I can think of no better example than Rock Band there either. And it doesn't have to be multiplayer. People told fabulous stories about The Sims, like the story of Alice and Kev here. And that was a single-player game, but he was getting a lot of people fun out of sharing his stories that he created in-game. And anytime you go to work and talk to a friend about the game that you're playing at home, you're having people fun with that game, even if it is single-player. So Nicole Lazzaro says that a fun game needs to have any three of those: hard fun, easy fun, serious fun, and people fun. I think that MMOs are so much fun because they can have all four. That's why I kept coming back to them in the screenshots. And Rock Band and The Sims I kept dealing with as well. So finally, in conclusion, we should strive to create puzzles that delight, that offer meaningful challenges, mystery, flow, and social play before we start to think about the story or the context of the game. Thank you.